Let's give it a second. There we go. Now we're live on YouTube. Amazing how technology works in our favor. This morning, good morning, everybody. Ken Krell here from Sydney, Australia at 8:01 a.m. in the morning. It is 4 p.m. Eastern time, and God knows where it is, wherever you are. But I want to tell you, I'm thrilled that you're here, and you'll be thrilled that you're here. You'll be thrilled that you're here because you're here, because your next guest today is one of my favorites. Her name is Sue Wilhite, and she's going to talk about how to power up your heart. Understand that Sue, after spending 20 plus years as a wildly successful programmer and systems analyst, she's been known now as the profit attraction master. She decided to switch gears and exercise more of her right brain. She became a hypnotherapist, a bookstore owner, an event manager, a law of attraction coach, some of them at the same time. So she's a crazy person like us. Sue loves to make difficult or complex subjects understandable and relatable. And if those of you like to confuse things like me, she is great to have around. She coaches and inspires practitioners and inspired practitioners as well how to earn six figures in their businesses, even if they're too spiritual to be rich. And that's a big challenge for many people. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible, fantastic, chocolatey good Sue Wilhite. Hey, Sue.
Thank you, Ken. All right, I am going to get my presentation up here.
You are ready to go.
I am, whoops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Technology sometimes does weird things. So much for my technology. All right, let's try. Whoops. Okay, technology fail. It's okay. I deal with these all the time. Isn't it fun?
I will admit that some of the technology fails that we've had have been Ken fails as opposed to technology fails. That was the human technology.
Oh, that was a Sue fail. That was totally a Sue fail.
Yeah,
all right.
I know.
I hit the big yellow button.
Click the share button.
All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Present.
There you go.
Ta-da!
That's it. That's it.
That's it. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about power up your heart. Have you ever in your entire life felt like everything is too much to handle? Maybe you've had a moment in the last year where stuff has gotten a little bit, just a tiny bit overwhelming. Just knocked you out of the loop. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're having a meltdown. I am here to say that if you haven't had a meltdown at least once in the last year, I want to talk to you because I want to find out what's going on, because I've had at least 3 meltdowns, and it happens. It just happens. So what if you had a low battery indicator? What if you had something that when you are feeling tired, when you're feeling exhausted, that you just get one of these little things that flashes up that you get to plug it in and you can reset yourself any time? Well, I'm going to share a 3-step process that is going to allow you to plug in your power source so that you can activate your superpowers and have a better, richer life. And I'm hoping that in the comments, you're going to say yes to this, right? You want to say yes to having your batteries fully charged, ready to go, your superpowers up and running, right?
I'm saying yes, 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 yes.
Yes. Absolutely. So for those of you who aren't saying yes, you might be sitting back going, oh my God, this sounds really woo-woo. Oh God, recharging your batteries. Yeah, right. And some of others might be going, yeah, but when I'm tired, everything is so hard. Right? It's just so hard when you're tired to drag yourself over and plug yourself in. Well, as Ken said, I am here to tell you that you have gifts, talents, and abilities that you were born with, that are easy for you, and that you are supposed to be using in some amazing, magnificent way. And you have internal and external power sources, energy sources that you can plug into anytime, any place, anywhere, under any circumstances to express those talents, gifts, and abilities. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, you've got to want that, she says. So I want to acknowledge and thank you for being here. I want to say that it's an amazing thing. You've shown up. You wanted a little more love. You wanted to power up your heart. And I want to thank Ken for putting on World Love Week on a dime. This is a magnificent enterprise. And he's recharging his batteries all the time to be able to do this 24/7.
Oh my God,
And-
yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, right? So you are showing up. And I'm going to tell you just a tiny bit about myself so that I can kind of give you an idea of where I'm coming from. So as Ken said earlier, I miss positivity. I miss upbeat. I carry positive energy everywhere. And it wasn't always like that. When I was in IT, I had a great deal of stress, and it brought me to having an ulcer, hypoglycemia, depression, and other challenges due to stress and overwork. And I would routinely work until I was exhausted and then collapse and have a breakdown. And then I would recover, and then I would work until I was exhausted, et cetera, et cetera. And when I got the ulcer in particular, that motivated me to find a different answer, because the ulcer was going on 24/7 and it was painful and it sucked, and I had to take drugs. And I'm a big believer in not taking drugs. So I wanted to be off of this. So this introduced me to an entire world of complementary and alternative medicine and techniques that allowed me to recharge my batteries, to get myself going, to keep myself going. And one of the techniques introduced me to the concept and the functionality of something called the electric universe theory. The electric universe theory says that we are all made up, surprise, of electromagnetic energy. And if you've had any chemistry or physics at all, this can't be too terribly much of a surprise, but the idea is that this electromagnetic energy and its ebb and flow impact our physical and mental health. And I feel it's my mission to share this with you. And it's why I'm here, to help you power up your heart and give you the energy that you want and that you need. So, one more question. Would you like to be able to use your gifts, talents, and abilities to the max in your business, be a force of good for your community, for the world? Oh, and be able to have, cash flow. That's a sort of a side benefit of being able to run your energy better, right? So you are a battery. You've all seen batteries, these little things, and you have a positive and negative pole. And I want to tell you a little bit about one of my clients, Carolyn, who is consistently tired. Before she came to see me, she had no energy. And with the no energy, she even had insomnia. And sadly, she also had a family pattern of abuse. So her battery not only wasn't charging, but it was completely popped out of the contacts. You know how when you load a battery into something, it goes into its little contacts, right? Well, her batteries were not doing that. And so I was able to talk to her and train her and work with her on getting her batteries connected, getting her energy flowed together so that she is now sleeping better. She has more energy and she's able to do more with what she's got. So how did I do that? Well, just like a battery, you have a positive pole and a negative pole. And the positive pole is what's called the Earth star, and it lives about 6 inches from the bottom of your feet. And it should live there, but just like a battery, it can get popped out. And I'm going to teach you how to reconnect it. So it takes a little bit of paying attention to yourself and a little bit of visualization. So what you want to do is you want to just imagine feeling the area between your shins or maybe between your ankles. And I want you to just imagine that you can find a little ball of energy. And wherever you believe that it is, that's where it is. And when we get stressed, when we get upset, when we get low energy, and particularly when we feel threatened by something, the Earth star has a tendency to tuck in like a puppy's tail. And it goes up above the ankles into the shins. And the idea is to very gently imagine that you are taking your hands and you are just gently pushing the Earth star down, down, between your feet, beyond the plane of your feet, till it goes about 6 inches below your feet. And it might feel a little bit like it just fell into its little slot. And when you have that feeling, imagine that it is connecting to the electric field of the planet, the current of the planet. And that energy, that current is coming into the Earth star and running all the way up your body, all the way to the top of your head. So here's this electric current, and it's just flowing all the way up from the Earth star in its connection with the life force of the planet. Now, the other battery contact, the positive pole, and by the way, negative and positive in this case are just simply descriptions of what electricians and folks who are studying electricity and flow call it. They call it a negative and a positive pole. These are not judgments. It's not that the Earth star is channeling negative energy. Please don't go there. It's just about a name. The positive pole is above your head, and it should live about 6 inches above your head. So it's usually hanging around right about here when it's in place. Now, what ends up happening with the sun star is it has a tendency to cling to the top of the head. And I had a client named Alan whose Earth star was actually sun star was actually split kind of like a broken egg all the way over his head. And it was just like a collapsed balloon. And he was so much into his head that he wasn't able to make progress in anything. He was always getting frustrated because he was trying to think his way out of things. And when he was on, he was really, really good, actually. But he'd get into his head and his sun star would just collapse into his head. And it turned out that he had kind of an issue with his family having patterns of addiction. And the way that he coped with that was by getting into his head and trying to think things out logically because his heart was being hurt. So after I worked with him and got him to get his sun star above his head and activated, he was able to increase his paycheck not once, but twice, and doubled the whole thing. So he went from about 65, 70K as a paycheck to about 130K currently. It might have gone up since then, since I worked with him, but it's definitely gone up. So when you get the sun star activated, things flow to you. So just imagine that you've got this sun star that is probably collapsed against your head, just like a collapsed balloon. And I want you to imagine that it is coalescing, that it's coming together, that it's becoming its own bright energy source, and it's living about 6 inches above your head. Now, when it is there, after you've got it connected up there, imagine that the electromagnetic energy, the life force energy of the universe, this is a big power boost, let me just tell you. The life force energy of the universe is being channeled, is being pulled and funneled through the sun star into the top of your head and down all the way where it connects into the Earth star. Now you have a current running. And if you can see the picture, you can see that the sun star and the Earth star are lined up, and you just want to imagine that that energy goes back and forth. Now, to describe this, well, I'm telling you about it, and the first few times that you are trying this on your own, because you are going to practice, right? It'll take you, it took me about 10-ish minutes to describe all of this. It might take you 15 minutes on your own. But once you get practiced in it, it's like that. You check in with your Earth star, you push it into position, you check in with, and you run the life force energy of the Earth up to the top of your head. You connect in with the sun star, you move it to the top of your head, you connect it to the top of your head, down to the Earth star, and you have this current running up and down. It literally takes less time to do than it does to tell. It is so fast. And when you do this, when you check in, it's like click, click, click. Oh, hey, there's energy. And you can take that energy and use it in your business. It allows you to be more present with the people in your life. It allows you to have a better heart connection with your customers. Because what happens when you are low energy and you're trying to deal with customers, with your clients, whoever it is, it's just not there. You're not going to make the connection. But if you connect this current this electromagnetic current that you were born with. You connect with your clients and your customers. And oh, by the way, the folks in your family, your friends, your loved ones, all of that becomes richer. It becomes easier to attract clients. When you are talking to them, you communicate better because you've got this energetic flow. And because the flow is from the energy of the earth and the energy of the universe, no one can take it away from you. This is the other thing that I hear, is that people are nervous about energy vampires. Well, you know what? If you've got the energy of the universe coming at you, no vampire can eat that much. So you are completely in your own integrity as far as energy is concerned. Now, sometimes you've got patterns that you've inherited from your family in your DNA that consistently knock your connections out. Your battery gets disconnected. There are patterns: illness, poverty, abandonment, addiction, betrayal, abuse, and violence. These are 7 patterns of family dysfunction that get inherited through the DNA. Yes, there really is evidence for this. There's tons of books that have been coming out in the last 5 years that are about what's called epigenetics, and that we inherit these things. At April and May of 2020, I did some group sessions to clear these family patterns, to reduce or remove the energy of these 7 patterns of family dysfunction and get them out of your DNA, so that when you connect up your battery, when you've got your negative pole and your positive pole connected, they stay connected. They stay in the flow. You have that universal energy that just runs through you. So, as my gift to the World Love Week folks, my gift is all 7 sessions that I did last year. It's a $150 value. And all you have to do is go to the World Love Week dashboard, click on the free gifts from speakers button. It's a reddish pink button, and choose the one that says "Get Your Mojo Back." And it looks kind of like the picture here. It's a little bit smaller because we had to fit it. But you'll be able to download any one of these or all 7 of these as you wish. Each one of them is anywhere from 25 to 45 minutes. And I'll just issue a warning: don't binge watch these because you don't want to detox all 7 of these leaving your system at once. I had a client who did this. That was not necessarily the best thing. So just do them like 1 a week. And in 7 weeks, you will find an amazing change in your life, especially if after every single one of these, you reconnect your battery by going to your Earth star, connecting up the life force of the planet, the electromagnetic current of the planet, connecting that up, connecting your sun star, getting the life force of the universe in there, and you will be able to go forth, have your internal battery set, and express those amazing talents, gifts, and abilities and superpowers that are yours, that the world is waiting for. Thank you so much. I'm Sue Wilhite, the Profit Attraction Master.
And you're amazing. What a generous gift, Sue. That's really delightful. Thank you. And yes, I recommend everyone jump over the dashboard, grab that, and I would recommend doing it now because that's going to get moved because of its great value is going to get moved as a VIP bonus, strictly to VIPs once this event gets later on in the week. So I recommend that you jump in and grab that now, or better yet, so you can listen to Sue over and over again with this particular session. Pick up our VIP recording package, all access, to give you all the chocolatey goodness that is Sue Wilhite and more. Let me just check on our time. We're good. So what's the typical number one question that people ask you when they start working with you?
Well, they want to know that what I'm doing works. And what's really fun is I do this connect up your battery thing, and they're going, yeah. Oh, wait, I felt that. Oh, wait. Oh. And that literally, I've had people go, did somebody turn on lights? So it's fabulous. When you get your batteries connected, your lights go on.
That's great. Well, people can certainly use that. I know I certainly can use that, because I do find when I was like, he's talking about me. There's so much, people look at me and they go, yeah, I'm known to be the Energizer and all this, but I got to tell you, it takes a lot to recharge these batteries. And while it appears that I'm, it's behind it, it's like, I want to go to sleep.
Yes. Yes. So yes, kid, you might listen to this once in a while.
Just at least once in a while, every hour. Yes.
Well, that's my gift to you, Ken.
And trust me, I'm very grateful for that, to be sure. When you're presenting, think about this. And I work with presenters to create and produce ridiculously irresistible digital events. It takes a lot of energy, and the audience will give you their energy, even if it's on a digital basis, just like we are right now, to sail you through. But I found over nearly 40 years that when I leave the stage and get back to the hotel or wherever it is I'm going, I'm done.
Right.
There's the high from the event, there's the adrenaline from the event, but then there's that, okay, I'm not, and even during the course of a day of work, of being creative, when that day is done, I don't want any new data. Right. I just want, throw on some Netflix, give me something that does not require me to think or engage.
Right.
And so this is a great gift for all of us. On behalf of everyone, I'm very grateful for what you brought to the table for us today.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, if you don't have energy, you can't do your business.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And you can't be present. I mean, you can, and I mean present in every way. So this is great. I would recommend you head over to the dashboard, pick up Sue's incredibly generous gift, and more than that, use it. Yes. Use it, because just collecting stuff on your hard drive is really kind of meaningless. Yeah. So to that end, Sue, I love you. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Stick around, you guys. There's more to come. We have, I don't even know who's up next. I'm not even going to tell you. I'll let you figure it out on your own. Ladies and gentlemen, Sue Wilhite.